I'm super excited today to talk about Tears of the Kingdom. Did you get it? Did you not get it? Why haven't you got it? I wanted to talk about this game so far. My first impression, my experience so far. I ordered the game, pre-ordered it to get it on Friday, May 12th when it first came out. And I was really excited because obviously it's been 5 years since Breath of the Wild came out. I mean, it's crazy. It's the longest wait, and it was actually my first time getting a Zelda game on the day of release. I'm going to show you some footage of me at Best Buy picking it up. I was super excited. Here it is. Hi guys, I'm really excited because I'm at Best Buy here to pick up Tears of the Kingdom. It is May 12th and I'm excited, so we're going to go in and get it. I got it, guys. I got it. I pre-ordered it. I actually only pre-ordered it last night, which was a mistake because they're out of the posters that a lot of the pre-orders were coming with. But I got it. This is my first time getting a Zelda game on its release date, so I'm super excited. This is like, I don't even know what number Zelda game. I played all of them from, there's a couple of Game Boy ones that I have but haven't played. But I got on board with A Link to the Past in 1995, 4 years after its release. But I've never got one on the release date, so I'm super excited. So you see, now I have the game. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play it on Friday. I don't think I played it till 11 o'clock Saturday night because I actually had client work to do. I'm a photographer and videographer. And I had client work that I had to do and just get done before I could enjoy the game. And I knew if I started playing the game first that I would get so far behind, my client work wouldn't get done. So, first impressions. Well, as you know, I've been streaming it on Twitch. Hopefully you have been following me there at twitch.com/Super Nintendo Princess. And I've been loving this game. When I first played the game, I was kind of not sure what to expect, and I was thinking, I can see that it's very similar to Breath of the Wild in that you've started in a Great Plateau like area, except instead of being the Great Plateau or the Great Plateau, it is like it's called the Great Sky Island. And you know, you see them on the box, actually you see them there on the Great Sky Island, and there's all these islands. And you know, we analyzed the trailer. If you saw the analysis of the trailer, that was fun to watch. And literally everything in that trailer was in the first like 10 minutes of the game. It's crazy. Like, Nintendo really didn't release a lot of sneak peeks or anything, given that there have been other video games where the trailer shows all this epic footage, and there's part from a midway boss, part from like amazing cutscenes, like 10 of the best cutscenes in the game. Well, this is not what Nintendo did with Tears of the Kingdom's trailer. Their footage in the trailer was pretty much all from the opening sequence. You start with Zelda, and she's leading Link down the corridor of the dungeons underneath the Hyrule Castle. And it's really creepy. There's creepy music and there's creepy noises, and it kind of has an eerie feel. Well, you all saw that creepy zombie creature in the and again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but this is first 5 minutes of playing, so I think it's okay. There's like this zombie-like creature under Hyrule Castle, and there's a lot of questions that we asked in the analysis video where we analyzed the trailers, like, what is this? What's with his arm? What's going on? And all of these questions are like immediately answered. Well, I will say that there is one thing I am missing. Your skills from the Sheikah plate, or whatever it's called, your skills are not there. You don't have the Sheikah plate. I think they call it something else. But the abilities are not the same, so you don't have your endless bombs. I really loved the endless bombs in Breath of the Wild. People were complaining, I don't like that your weapons break. I don't like that your weapons are temporary. Obviously, those people weren't seeing the enjoyment in pursuing new weapons. So, super cool game, guys. Oh my gosh. But the endless bombs, I really love that in Breath of the Wild. They're not there. There is an ultra hand where you grab and attach. And you know how you could move things with magnesis in Breath of the Wild? Well, the ultra hand actually allows you to connect different things together. So when you see hooks and pieces of wood, you can make zip lines and you can make rafts. And I'm going to do another video that is the mistakes I made in my first few days of playing, because I can tell you right now, I had to invite this little korok guy to be part of this video so you don't think that I'm korok killers, because I was playing the game and then this part where the koroks are back, so that's great news because everybody loves these guys. So there's this section where this korok is separated from his friend and you have to figure out the situation, and the friend is over a ways, and you can tell, well, I'm obviously supposed to make a zipliney thing. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but in my interpretation of how to do things, which was not necessarily straightforward, but in my interpretation, I accidentally pushed the korok off the cliff. I was pushing the zip line, hoping I would get him going, and he went off the cliff. Thankfully, he reanimated where he was before I collected him. But, oh my gosh, I felt like the stupid korok killer. There was another section of the game where you had to make a boat, and I made the boat out of the wood, attached the sail, and accidentally put it in the water upside down, and it was a little bit too far away to re-grab, so I've definitely made my share of errors. One of the abilities is fuse. So you're able to take a long stick and fuse a rock to it to make this killing, bashing machine. And that's great fun because I feel all powerful when I'm running around with a stick with a rock attached to it. Bam, bam. Hello, do you want to see me play the ocarina? Do you really, really want to see me play the ocarina? Do you think that I can really play the ocarina? Hey, ocarina! Where are the holes? Right. Well, maybe with a bit of practice I could get good. I need ocarina lessons. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking the question, oh, is it just more DLC? Is it just a bigger DLC? And to be honest, that was a question that I asked during the analysis of the trailer. You know, because it kind of, I was like, is it a prequel? Is it a sequel? Well, if you don't want to know if it's a prequel or a sequel, go la 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 la. But I don't think it's either. I can't actually tell that the story is related to Breath of the Wild yet. Now, I've only been playing for a few days. Well, I got it a week ago tomorrow. It's a week since its release. I'm so excited! So hopefully if you haven't got it yet, you'll watch this and you'll want to run out and get it. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, guys, I cannot believe I haven't already mentioned this. The next skill that you get from, so similarly to Breath of the Wild, the first bunch of shrines are giving you new skills. So one of the skills in one of the first shrines is called Ascend. So if you're sitting here and there's a roof above you and you hit Ascend, you are going through that roof and climbing out the top. It is crazy. So you'll be running around and you'll go, where do I go? There's nowhere to go. I'm hitting a wall here. There's nowhere to climb. There's nowhere to climb. The river's too far to swim with the stamina where it's at when you first start playing. Look up, there's a roof. I've got to ascend. I can go through the roof. It's crazy. It's taking me a minute to get used to the new amazing abilities. And again, like these are things that are right at the start of the game, so I'm not trying to spoil anything. And then there is an ability called recall. So I was a little confused when I did the recall shrine because I wasn't 100% understanding what they were saying. I thought they were saying it would rewind, like, oh, something happened, like you're rewinding 5 minutes, 5 seconds. No, if there is a cog turning and you hit recall, the cog will turn the other way. If there is a plank moving this way, well then the plank will move the other way. And so there's a lot of puzzles. Now this is puzzle heavy. I feel like compared to Breath of the Wild, it's very puzzle heavy. Now, obviously Breath of the Wild did have puzzles and they were in shrines, and these puzzles are kind of also in shrines, and the shrines taught you abilities to use in the general area. So there has just been beautiful scenery that looks familiar. I'm so excited. I'm really excited to play more. Just an FYI, I do have a 2 and 3 year old, so if there's a reason why I'm not streaming more, that is why. But if you don't want to miss my streams when I do stream, then be sure to follow Super Nintendo Princess on Twitch. And I may start streaming to YouTube as well, but what I want to do is stream to Twitch, download my streams, and then upload to YouTube. And that way maybe they won't be so long. So let's talk about how Zelda has changed. All of the previous Zeldas were sort of, Zelda wakes up in his little house and he's really nobody. Or sorry, Link. Link wakes up in his little house and he's really nobody. And then he gets told, oh, you're supposed to go here and save this person. And I started in A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo in 1995 and I loved it. I loved going through Hyrule Castle. Link's Awakening didn't have a castle on Game Boy, and actually Zelda wasn't in that game at all. Weird. But then Link's Awakening had an ocarina, and then Ocarina of Time came out, and I'm like, it's the ocarina! And so there was that excitement about the ocarina, and then Majora's Mask was a sequel to Ocarina of Time, and then I never had a GameCube. So I still actually have not played Wind Waker. I have it on, do I have it on did they remake it on Switch? I either have it on Switch or Wii U, whichever. Hold on. I've got it on Wii U. And then I've got all of the Switch ones. I've got the Skyward Sword remake. I've got Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, bit of hack and slash there, and Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening remake. I'm going to stream that, so make sure you watch. I'm also going to stream Skyward Sword remake, but Link's Awakening's shorter, so I'm going to start with that. Anyway, so Skyward Sword is kind of supposed to be the origin story of Link and Princess Zelda training and, you know, and then they're up in the island in the sky and then Link drops down below and does all the tasks and dungeons. Well, it really feels like Tears of the Kingdom is a little bit of Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild mashed together. The whole islands in the sky is very Skyward Sword, and then everything else is very Breath of the Wild. So it's really exciting. I was wandering around quite a while before I found a village, but I did remember actually, I was saying to Mike, I am not sure if I'm enjoying it as much as Breath of the Wild. Did she say that? But I remembered I didn't actually like Breath of the Wild for the first 4 or 5 hours. I found the Great Plateau a little monotonous. What inspires me is villages, going to villages and talking to people and finding the fairy fountain and the huge fairy fountain and all the details around it in Breath of the Wild knocked my socks off once I got to that part of the game. So I remembered, okay, Breath of the Wild started a little slow and then became phenomenal. And I have just reached that part in Tears of the Kingdom where the game becomes phenomenal. So if you are finding the game a little monotonous just to start with, a little slow starting, stick it out, guys, because it is amazing. I would give it a 9 out of 10 right now. Why didn't she give it a 10 out of 10? Well, I would save my 10 out of 10 for Final Fantasy VI. I would save my 10 out of 10 for Twilight. Would I have given Twilight Princess 10 out of 10? I feel like, no, I don't know. I don't know that I'd give any game 10 out of 10 except Super Mario World on Super Nintendo because that was amazing. So Zelda games used to have all the dungeons, the water dungeon, the fire temple, the forest temple, maybe an ice temple, maybe a sky temple, and maybe an underground temple. And, you know, usually around 8. Ocarina had 3 as a child, 5 as an adult. And it's kind of, it was a hard adjustment for me with Breath of the Wild not having the dungeons or temples or whatever you want to call them. And you had the shrines. There were, I think, 100 or 110, including the DLC maybe. I'm not sure, don't quote me. And then you had the Guardian, what were they called? The Divine Beast structures. I didn't really like the Divine Beast structures. I found them a little bit monotonous. They all looked the same on the inside, kind of brown with red and black goo. So I didn't enjoy that element of the game. But all the tasks leading into, getting into, all the tasks like stealing bananas or whatever from those guys, just all the tasks were really fun. The game's definitely bigger. Would I like to see a traditional Zelda dungeon? I think I would, but the Divine Beast structure was not, it didn't kind of satisfy a traditional Zelda temple. I do miss the traditional Zelda bosses. I do miss the traditional Zelda boss battles. For example, where you fight Goma and you go in and you're in this huge room and you're looking around and then you look up and there's a huge spider that drops down and then is coming at you. I love that and I do really miss that. I think that's like an element that's missing from this new kind of version of Zelda. Now, I don't necessarily think that this means Nintendo are done with the old version. They could bring out a new Zelda game next week that is really like a reboot of the old style. In fact, I really think they could, you know, they've redone Link's Awakening. I think they could redo A Link to the Past on the Switch, and that would be incredible. So now you have this big open world. People are comparing it to Skyrim or Oblivion. I haven't played those games because they're not pretty enough. The game's not pretty enough. I will say the start of the game was really creepy. The sort of jerky music was very interesting, and if you were sitting there with the lights off, it would be a bit creepy. And then I wanted to add to that the zombie creature at the start was very, very different. And I was kind of like, whoa, okay, we know Ganon is in this game, but what's with the other person or whatever? And then I remembered the Twilight Princess had 2 bad guys. Twilight Princess had Zant and then Ganon. So I feel like this zombie guy is kind of like a bit of a Zant equivalent. We don't know what's going on, but he's a real bad dude. A lot of people are kind of hypothesizing with Breath of the Wild, apparently you could go and kill Ganon right away. I never actually tried to do that because you have 3 hearts to begin with. Why would anyone go and try and kill Ganon with 3 hearts? In fact, after I knocked off all the Divine Beasts, even with all of my excess hearts, I still found Ganon really hard. And I've kind of actually postponed killing Ganon until I get rid of a lot more Linnells and save, or Lionels, hi Lionel, and save all of the ingredients that you can cook to make powerful potions that make your stamina longer or give you temporary extra strength. And so it blows my mind that anyone would start the game and go straight to Ganon, but people have been asking if you can do it this time. And my answer is I don't yet know because I haven't gone inside Hyrule Castle yet, but that's going to be the next place I might check out. I'm just so excited about being free on the map now. Finally, it took a long time to get past the Great Sky Island, which is the equivalent of the Great Plateau, and now I'm free in Hyrule and there's places to go and I'm supposed to find Zelda, and it's really exciting. And I'm hoping that you find Zelda earlier in this game so that maybe she plays with you or something. That would be cool. It was really exciting having Zelda by my side at the start of the game. I'm hoping there will be more of that. Tears of the Kingdom is really cool. Accidentally killed a korok. I was such a fool. Trying to figure out how to build all the stuff. Falling off the Sky Island is really rough. Feel like a loser without my endless sack of bombs. If you haven't got this game, go and ask your mums. Yo, Tears of the Kingdom is a cool game. Once you play it, you're never gonna feel the same. I had a good time. Tears of the Kingdom, it's the amazing Zelda game and it's new. Tears of the Kingdom, don't do what I did and accidentally kill a korok. That's bad. That's bad. Don't go killing koroks. That's bad. It's so sad when you kill a korok. A little korok asked for help and I didn't know what to do. So I assembled a zip liner and I said, get on and trust me, you can, you fool. He got on the zip line and I went to push him and give him a start, but then he fell to his death and that's the saddest part. I didn't realize the way the puzzle was meant to be solved, and that's why you should watch me streaming on Twitch so you can tell me where to go. Hey guys, I mean, this game is really good. With the castle being thrown up into the air and other pieces of the planet like flying around, there's holes in the ground and you can crawl into the holes in the ground and explore, which is super exciting. And there's these weird frogs that burp bubbles at you. I'm not really sure what that's about, but the burping bubble frogs are something worth a laugh for sure. Well guys, that about wraps up my thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom so far. I'm really excited to be playing this game and I will be streaming on Twitch tonight. I will be streaming on Twitch over the weekend. I will be streaming on Twitch until I finish playing the game. I would love for you to like, subscribe, follow me. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter too so you know when I'm streaming. And I have to say that I actually cried while playing this game. It was kind of leave Brittany alone like. When was it Ryu? When Ryu was like, I'm leaving you now. I'm like, oh no, and I actually cried, and I'll totally like put a bit in the video because it was really embarrassing.
I see you have managed to open the door. Though our time together has been brief, I am so happy that we finally met. You are exactly as Zelda said.
Oh, that makes me feel sad.
I've done everything I can for her. Now it is up to you.
Oh, he's disappearing. It makes me really sad. Oh, Princess Zelda, aren't you sad? So sad. Young cat, lick my old cat, please. Where did he go? I don't know. Who was that guy anyway? I don't really know, but it made me feel really sad. Like, he really cared about Zelda, you know? He really cared about her. And now he's gone. Are we just like going down and then
gonna go up. That's the way it works.
Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming soon, and I will talk to you later.